My friend, for most of our lives we've been told one message over and over: protein is the king of muscle health. Doctors repeat it, nutritionists insist on it, fitness trainers echo the same line: eat more protein, and your muscles will stay strong as you age. But what if I told you there's a hidden piece of the puzzle, an overlooked mineral so powerful that without it, all the protein shakes, steaks, and eggs in the world won't truly protect your muscles after 70? In fact, without this mineral, your body can't even use that protein effectively. It just slips away, leaving you weaker, slower, and more unsteady with each passing year. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share could completely change the way you think about strength, independence, and vitality in your later years. For decades, protein has been praised as the magical building block. And yes, protein is important, I won't deny it. But here's the truth no one tells you: after the age of 70, protein alone is not enough. Here's why: the way your body handles protein changes dramatically with age. Imagine this: when you were 25, you could eat a piece of chicken and your muscles soaked up the amino acids like a sponge, rebuilding and growing stronger. But after 70, that same chicken breast doesn't have the same effect. Your muscles become resistant. Scientists call this anabolic resistance. It's like trying to pour fuel into a car with a clogged fuel line. The gas is there, but it never reaches the engine. This is why so many seniors tell me, I eat plenty of protein, but my legs still feel weak. I get tired climbing stairs. I can't get up from a chair as easily as before. The problem isn't always lack of protein, it's that the body can't use it the way it used to. And if you push protein too hard, it can even stress the kidneys and digestive system, which are already more delicate with age. Think of protein as bricks for building a house. You can pile up all the bricks you want, but without cement, tools, and workers, those bricks will never turn into a home. Protein is the raw material. But without certain minerals, enzymes, hormones, and energy molecules, it just sits there, unused, wasted. And here's the kicker: as we grow older, stomach acid naturally declines. That means your body struggles to break down protein in the first place. Add in common medications that suppress stomach acid even further, and suddenly your high-protein diet becomes less effective than you think. On top of that, aging bodies face more inflammation and oxidative stress, two silent forces that actively break down muscle faster than protein can rebuild it. So even as you're working hard to strengthen your muscles, another process is quietly tearing them down. I've seen this play out many times. Older adults loading up on protein, frustrated because nothing changes, until they add back the missing mineral, hydrate properly, and move their bodies in the right way. Then suddenly, it's like flipping a switch. Their muscles begin to respond. Balance improves. Energy returns. They feel younger, not because they ate more protein, but because they finally gave protein the environment it needs to work. When you're young, your body forgives your mistakes. Skip nutrients, eat junk, you still recover. But after 70, the rules change. Your body becomes far less forgiving, and every missing piece matters. That's why when you feel like your body is betraying you, the truth is far gentler. It's not betrayal at all. It's a cry for help. A signal that one key ingredient is missing from the recipe of your health. And that missing ingredient, my friend, is the mineral we're about to reveal. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, because we have more powerful health stories coming your way here on Wise Elders Tales. Protein alone cannot rebuild muscle after 70. It matters, yes, but it is not the whole answer. Without the supporting cast of minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium, your muscles simply cannot contract, cannot relax, and cannot repair. Without vitamin D, calcium cannot be absorbed properly. Without antioxidants, muscle damage piles up faster than repair can keep up. Think of your body as a network, a finely tuned system where every part must cooperate. That's why I warn against tunnel vision. Don't look at just one nutrient. Look at the bigger picture. And let's be honest, after 70, muscle strength is no longer about looking good in the mirror. It is survival. Strong muscles mean you can rise from bed on your own. You can walk without fear of falling. You can pick yourself up after a stumble. You can preserve independence and avoid the nursing home. But if protein is not being used effectively, that independence slips away. That is why I am so passionate about sharing this message. Because a small shift in understanding can be the difference between a thriving old age and a struggling one. My message is simple: don't rely on protein alone. Eat it, of course. It matters. But don't treat it as a silver bullet. After 70, your body demands more. It needs minerals, hydration, movement, and balance. Only when all of these come together does protein truly rebuild muscle the way you hope. Otherwise, you will remain stuck, wondering why you still feel weak despite doing everything right. So, let's take the next step. We've uncovered why protein is not enough. Now, let's shine a light on the missing link, the mineral that completely changes how your muscles respond, recover, and maintain strength. This mineral is so vital that without it, your muscles remain sluggish, prone to cramps, and slow to repair, even if your protein intake is perfect. That mineral is magnesium. Magnesium is what I call the master mineral of muscle. Why? Because it takes part in more than 300 biochemical reactions in your body, most of them tied directly to muscle, nerves, and energy. If protein is the pile of bricks for your muscle house, magnesium is the project manager, the one who directs the builders, organizes the materials, and makes sure the house stands strong. Without magnesium, your bricks just sit there, never forming walls. That's why so many older adults, unknowingly deficient in magnesium, can't understand why their muscles weaken despite careful eating. And here's the surprise: aging itself lowers your magnesium levels. Your digestive tract absorbs less. Common medications, blood pressure drugs, diuretics, even antacids, flush magnesium out of your system. Add in modern farming that depletes magnesium from soil, and the foods we eat contain far less than they once did. So the reality is this: you might believe you're eating a balanced diet, but after 70, you are very likely running on empty when it comes to magnesium. And what happens then? Muscles cramp more easily. Legs feel heavy and weak. Hands shake, grip strength fades. Sleep is disrupted by painful nighttime cramps. And many think, I just need more protein. No, the real issue is magnesium. Protein builds the fiber, but magnesium sparks it to life. Here's how it works: every time a muscle contracts, calcium rushes into the cell. But without magnesium to counterbalance it, your muscle stays locked in contraction, leading to cramps. Magnesium is the signal that tells muscle fibers, relax now. Without it, muscles remain stuck, tight, and painful. Magnesium is also at the heart of energy production. ATP, the energy currency of your body, means nothing without magnesium. In fact, ATP only works when bound to magnesium. Without it, your muscles are starved of usable fuel. That's why so many seniors who finally restore magnesium say, "Doctor, I feel like someone gave me my energy back. I don't tire as easily. My legs don't give out anymore." Because magnesium is the flame that ignites your strength. And the benefits don't stop there. Research shows higher magnesium levels protect against sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. Seniors with better magnesium status keep stronger muscles, move with more stability, and are far less likely to fall. And we know the truth: one serious fall after 70 can change everything. It can mean broken bones, hospital stays, and the loss of independence. Magnesium helps protect you from that fate by giving your muscles the balance and resilience they need. But here's the challenge: stress burns through magnesium. And let's be real, many older adults live under constant stress. Physical illness, loneliness, grief, or just the daily weight of life. Each stressor drains magnesium reserves, which are already running low with age. The result? A vicious cycle of decline, unless you take action. The solution is clear: you must start prioritizing magnesium. Eat more greens, nuts, seeds, beans, and whole grains. But food alone often isn't enough for seniors. That's when supplementation becomes life-changing. And not all magnesium is the same. Forms like citrate, glycinate, or malate differ in absorption and effect. Choosing the right one matters. Don't wait until cramps, weakness, or tremors show up. By then, the tank is already running dry. Think of magnesium like water in a reservoir. You want it always topped up, not filled only after it's bone dry. Prevention is the key. I've worked with countless older adults who came to me tired, weak, and frustrated. They ate protein, they took vitamins, they followed the advice they thought was right. But nothing worked until we corrected their magnesium deficiency. Then the switch flipped. Strength returned. Energy flowed. Cramps disappeared. And most importantly, their confidence returned. They no longer feared walking across a room or climbing stairs. They began to truly live again. That is the power of magnesium. So remember this, protein can build muscle fibers, but magnesium brings them to life. It fuels energy, orchestrates contraction and relaxation, and safeguards your independence. After 70, magnesium is not optional, it is essential. And when you replenish it, you may just discover muscles that feel awake again, energy that flows again, and a body that finally works with you instead of against you. All right, my friend, let's go deeper. We've already uncovered why protein alone is never enough, and why magnesium is the spark that brings your muscles back to life. Now, let's turn to something even more urgent as we grow older, muscle strength and balance. Because after 70, losing muscle is not just about feeling weaker. It can mean losing independence. It can mean losing safety. In some cases, it can even mean losing your very life. The truth is, when you use the right methods, you can rebuild strength and sharpen your balance at any age. Think of it this way. When you were young, you never had to think about balance. You could spring out of bed, run up the stairs, bend to pick up a bag without hesitation. Your muscles were strong, reflexes quick, nerves sharp. But with age, these systems begin to falter. Muscles shrink, coordination slows, balance becomes unsteady. And when weak muscles meet poor balance, the outcome is often a fall. And a fall after 70 is no small thing. A broken hip, a spinal injury, it can strip away independence in an instant. But here's the good news, strength and balance are not gone forever. They are not something you must accept as part of getting old. In fact, research shows that even at 70, 80, or 90, you can build muscle, restore balance, and regain confidence if you give your body what it needs. This is where magnesium steps back into the spotlight. Magnesium helps muscles contract and relax smoothly. It prevents the jerky, stiff movements that throw you off balance. It keeps muscles supple, reactive, ready to correct themselves when you take a step. Without it, muscles lock up, coordination falters, and balance fails. I've seen it countless times, seniors who couldn't rise from a chair without gripping the armrest, legs trembling, knees unstable, eyes full of fear. But once their magnesium levels were restored, combined with gentle movement, the transformation was remarkable. Within weeks, they could stand without holding on, walk across a room with steady steps, even climb stairs with less strain. And the change wasn't just physical. It was mental. Because when the body grows strong again, the mind follows. Confidence returns. And that confidence keeps people moving, and movement is what keeps muscles alive. Now let's talk about cramps and spasms, because these are silent thieves of balance. You know that sudden calf cramp, that jolt that locks your leg, or the sharp spasm in your foot mid-stride. In that moment, your body betrays you, and a fall becomes almost inevitable. Magnesium prevents these sudden interruptions by allowing muscles to release properly after contraction. It erases those painful surprises that can topple you without warning. When muscles are calm and under control, balance naturally improves. But balance is not just muscles. It's communication between brain and body. Your nervous system sends signals, when to tighten, when to relax, how much force, in which direction. And here's what many don't realize: magnesium is crucial for nerve signaling. It stabilizes the electrical currents that run through your nervous system. Low magnesium scrambles those signals, leaving them weak or delayed. That's why you may feel clumsy, trip more often, or notice your feet not reacting as quickly. Restore magnesium, and those signals sharpen. Suddenly, when you catch your toe on the carpet, your foot snaps out in time to steady you. That's the power of muscle-nerve coordination. And let's be honest, balance is also about confidence. When you feel unsteady, when you fear your legs will give out, you start moving less. Your steps shorten. You avoid long walks. You cling to walls and railings. But the less you move, the weaker you become. It's a vicious cycle of weakness, fear, and further weakness. But the opposite is also true. Stronger muscles, fewer cramps, steadier legs, all of this rebuilds trust in your body. You walk longer strides. You go further. You keep moving. And movement itself is the secret to preserving balance, strength, and independence. Think of your legs as your foundation. Quadriceps, hamstrings, calves, these are the muscles that let you rise from a chair, climb stairs, and walk confidently. When they weaken, everything else in life becomes harder. Even simple moments, standing in the kitchen, bending for groceries, stepping into a car, become daunting. Avoid them long enough, and your world shrinks. But magnesium, by fueling your muscles and preventing cramps, helps your legs rebuild. Combine it with gentle resistance work, squats, step-ups, or simply walking, and you create a formula that can transform your daily life. And balance isn't just about avoiding falls. It's about freedom. The freedom to dance at your granddaughter's wedding. To play with your dog in the yard. To stroll the beach without fear. That is true independence. And too many people surrender it because they believe balance is gone forever. But that belief is false. The human body is built to adapt, even late in life. With the right fuel, magnesium and other essential nutrients, muscles regain strength, reflexes sharpen, and balance returns. But let's be clear. If you ignore this, if you neglect magnesium and muscle health, the cost is steep. Dependency creeps in. You need help dressing, help walking, help bathing. The independence you've prized your whole life begins to fade. Not because age demanded it, but because your body was missing what it needed to keep going strong. And I don't want that for you. I want you to walk with confidence, to stand tall, to live each day with the assurance that your body is supporting you. That is the purpose of this message, to hand back control of your future. So here's the most important truth: if you want stronger muscles and steadier balance after 70, don't think only about protein. Don't think only about exercise. Think about magnesium. It is the mineral that keeps muscles flexible, nerves sharp, energy steady, and movements controlled. It allows your body to react quickly, stand firm, and walk with confidence. When paired with gentle, regular activity, magnesium helps restore balance, strengthens your legs, and gradually erases the fear of falling. And trust me, there is no feeling more powerful than regaining faith in your own body. When you know you can cross a room without stumbling, climb stairs without your knees giving out, or catch yourself if you trip, that confidence changes everything. This isn't just about muscle. This is about freedom. And magnesium, my friend, is the key to unlocking that freedom. Now let's talk about the complaint I hear most often from people over 70, lack of energy and painfully slow recovery. I hear it in so many voices. Doctor, I don't have the energy I used to. I get tired so quickly. Just a short walk leaves me sore for days, as if I'd run a marathon. Sound familiar? That's because after 70, your recovery slows and your energy reserves don't work like they once did. But here's the truth you need to know: it isn't just age. It's what's happening deep inside your cells. And the mineral that decides whether you feel energized or exhausted is, once again, magnesium. Here's the simple science. Every muscle in your body runs on energy. That energy comes from a compound called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Think of ATP as the gasoline in your car. Without it, nothing moves. But here's the catch: ATP is useless without magnesium. It only becomes active fuel when it binds to magnesium. Which means this: if your magnesium levels are low, your body may still produce ATP, but your muscles can't use it. It's like sitting in a car with a full tank of gas but no spark plug. The fuel is there, but the engine won't start. That's why so many seniors feel weak, drained, and lifeless, because their energy system is broken at the cellular level. And what about recovery? Every time you move, whether it's climbing stairs, working in the garden, or even walking to the store, you create tiny micro tears in your muscle fibers. That's normal. It's how your body rebuilds stronger muscles. But after 70, those tears take longer to heal. Instead of bouncing back in a day or two, you ache for a week. Instead of feeling refreshed, you feel stiff and worn down. One of the biggest reasons? Magnesium deficiency. Magnesium isn't just about energy. It's about relaxation, repair, and renewal. It allows muscles to release after contraction, reduces inflammation, and helps shuttle nutrients into your cells for healing. Without it, recovery is painfully slow. You've likely experienced this. You take a simple walk, feel fine in the moment, but wake the next day with legs like concrete. Heavy, sore, difficult to move. That's your body crying out for magnesium. Without it, calcium remains trapped in the muscle cells, keeping them locked in tension. Magnesium is the command that tells your muscles, relax, recover, rebuild. Without it, you stay stuck in pain and stiffness far too long. But recovery isn't just about muscles, it's about the nervous system. Every time you move, your nerves are firing constantly, telling muscles when to contract, how hard, and in which direction. Without proper recovery, your nervous system becomes overloaded, leaving you drained, not just physically, but mentally. Magnesium is vital here, too. It calms the nervous system, lowers stress hormones, restores balance. That's why seniors who replenish magnesium don't just feel stronger, they feel calmer, clearer, more at peace. And don't forget sleep, the true engine of recovery. If you aren't sleeping deeply, your muscles don't heal, your energy isn't restored, your body doesn't recharge. Magnesium is one of the most powerful sleep nutrients. It boosts melatonin production, relaxes the body, soothes the mind, and carries you into the deep, restorative sleep where healing happens. Without it, nights are restless, mornings are heavy, and days are filled with fatigue. But when magnesium is balanced, your sleep deepens, your recovery accelerates, and you wake with energy that feels brand new. That, my friend, is the difference between simply getting older and truly living older. Imagine waking up with energy. You walk, move, maybe do light exercise, and instead of feeling drained, you feel alive. The next day, no heavy legs, no crippling stiffness. Your muscles are full of vitality, your joints looser, and you have the stamina to keep going. That, my friend, is true recovery. And it begins at the cellular level, with magnesium. Slow recovery doesn't just affect your body. It steals your motivation. If every walk leaves you sore for a week, you begin to avoid movement. You sit more, your muscles weaken, and a downward spiral begins. But when recovery is faster, exercise becomes rewarding instead of punishing. You look forward to moving again, and stability becomes a way of life. Magnesium is powerful because it reduces inflammation, the hidden fire that makes joints ache, muscles burn, and energy vanish. At the cellular level, magnesium cools that fire, allowing healing to take place. This is why people with adequate magnesium recover faster, feel less sore, and move with greater ease. But magnesium is not a miracle pill that makes you feel 20 again. It is the missing tool your body needs to do what it was designed to do: repair, restore, and grow stronger. Without it, your body's repair crew stands idle. With it, that crew works all night as you sleep, rebuilding muscles, recharging energy, preparing you for the next day. Here's the deeper truth: the greatest threat after 70 is not just fatigue. It's sarcopenia, the silent thief of muscle, independence, and vitality. Starting around 40, most people lose about 1% of muscle per year unless they actively protect it. By 70, that loss is significant. Legs shrink, grip weakens, even standing from a chair becomes a challenge. This is where magnesium shines. Protein builds muscle fibers, but magnesium makes those fibers function, recover, and grow. Without it, even the best diet can't prevent muscle loss. Magnesium also calms inflammation and oxidative stress, two forces that accelerate sarcopenia. It keeps muscles alive, nerves sharp, and balance steady. And here's the most important part, independence. Every simple act, rising from bed, cooking, carrying groceries, climbing stairs, depends on muscle. Lose too much, and you lose freedom. But restore magnesium, pair it with daily movement, and you can reverse that spiral. I've seen patients regain strength, walk steadier, even return to exercise after believing they were too old. The truth is, it's never too late. Your body can adapt at 70, 80, even 90. But it needs the right fuel. And magnesium is at the heart of it. So don't wait until weakness has taken over. Start today. Support your muscles with magnesium, keep moving every day, and protect the independence you've worked a lifetime to earn.